Hello everyone, it's Song here. It's good to see you guys again. On this channel, I mainly promote the standing exercise, which is so-called Zhanzhuang. To be more specific, it's Yiquan Zhanzhuang. Well, as an exercise, there are many kinds of Zhanzhuang in China. So what is Yiquan Zhanzhuang? Yiquan is a traditional Chinese martial art. Zhanzhuang is its fundamental training. As a Chinese traditional martial art, Yiquan has two effects, the health effect and the combat effect. The standing exercise, Zhanzhuang, has a great effectiveness on health maintenance and improvement. So when we say the health effect of Yiquan, Zhanzhuang can totally represent it. So that's Yiquan Zhanzhuang. Because I promote the health effect, so most of my contents you see on my channel are Zhanzhuang and health related. But I occasionally post sparring and other martial art related contents because Yiquan is a martial art. So under the sparring videos, I usually get negative comments. Even when I post a 65-year-old man doing sparring for his first time, there are also comments like, this is bad sparring. So I don't know what those people are expecting from someone who is a senior, who is doing sparring for the first time, who has had health problems. I don't have concerns, to respond to those comments. But under the videos of me doing sparring or my teacher doing sparring, there are some comments like, this is not Yiquan sparring, or this is terrible sparring. I'd really like to respond to those comments in this video. Generally speaking, it's easy to learn Yiquan because Yiquan has a complete system to follow. The first step is Zhanzhuang. So the health exercise. So you get healthier and stronger so that you can do martial art. That's the general logic in Chinese traditional martial art. So that's the first step. And then slow movement, fast movement, and then, interactions between students like pushing hands and finally sparring. So there's a complete system to follow. So it's easy to learn. So if you only want the health benefits of doing Zhanzhuang or Yiquan, it's definitely possible if you follow my online courses or anyone's online courses. However, if you want the combat effect of Yiquan, so you want more than just being healthier and stronger, that would require a teacher doing hands-on-hands instructions. So, which comes to the part that I'm still a beginner when it comes to sparring. The reason is simple. I don't live closely to my teacher. I live in Japan. My teacher lives in China. There was also pandemic. During 3-4 years, I couldn't pay anyone a visit in China. So for me, it's difficult to make progress when it comes to the combat study of Yiquan because I don't have any training partners. So now I can see my teacher once a year. So when I'm in the school, I would, cherish the time there and I'd do sparring with him and or other students. But that being said, I'm still a beginner. If you think I'm terrible when I do sparring, in those videos, that's it's fair. I'm just a beginner. When people say this is not real Yiquan, I definitely know what they're looking for. So the old school way, the traditional way of teaching sparring is that, for a new student who may have never done any sparring, any martial arts, it's his first attempt to do sparring, and he's excited. The teacher would find another guy who is more experienced, much stronger, because he's, being there much longer than the new guy. So the teacher would find this guy, and then these two students, do sparring. So, and the experienced guy would hit really bad like would literally hurt the new guy. So this is what the teacher wants. The teacher wants, the new guy to know what fighting is, like what real fighting is, like what Yiquan power does to a person. The new guy would get hurt. And his head is gonna be exploding, all the time for the next few days. So that's sort of a test. And then there are two choices for the new guy. The first one is, quit. The teacher wouldn't have to spend any more time. And then there's a second choice for the new guy that would be, well, that's what I'm looking for. I was hurt, but I want to develop that power to hurt someone else. So in that case, the teacher, would spend time on you, and then gradually you become better and better, and someday, you can do your skills and power to a new guy. I'm not kidding. This kind of training method attracts people like that. My teacher used to teach that way, and I've been there. I got hurt really bad. But no, we stopped doing that. My teacher is a professional. He runs a school, and Yiquan teaching is his profession. But none of his students are professional. We all do Yiquan for our own interests. We don't spend enough time on sparring because we don't have that much time. We have family, we have work. So people like us cannot represent advanced Yiquan students. And believe me, most of Yiquan schools in China are just like my teachers. Okay, most of the students are amateurs. We cannot represent advanced Yiquan students. So it's fair that you don't see Yiquan style from us doing sparring. The only occasion that you can see clear Yiquan style from us is when an experienced guy beating up a new guy, which is the old school way that I was talking about. But we stopped doing that, so no. But I do know some people are training their students to become professional fighters with Yiquan as fundamental. But even for Yiquan students, when they want to become professional fighters, they would have to learn more styles of martial arts. Because when it comes to a competing match, there are other styles of martial art that are better designed for that situation. For example, the combat postures from Western boxing is more protective than Yiquan posture. For this kind of Yiquan students, they spend enough time on the training, they do sparring every day, they do this as a profession, and of course, they can represent the advanced levels of Yiquan skills. However, you may still not see Yiquan style from them in a match because they had to give up on some Yiquan styles, Yiquan features, so that they could be more adaptive to the competing matches. That's the reason you don't see Yiquan styles from boxing or UFC or MMA fights. So ironically, people like us, we are the only hope to show Yiquan style in our sparring, in our fights. My teacher has advanced students. One or two of them could show the Yiquan style in their sparring, but they stopped doing Yiquan for their reasons. Like I said, we are amateurs. We have family, we have work, we may quit anytime. It's hard for us to become advanced. Even when we become advanced, we may not do them consistently. One of the reasons that I wanted to become a professional teacher is I want to practice this for a lifetime. Being a full-time Yiquan teacher is probably the only way to do Yiquan professionally for a lifetime. I'm trying to be better at sparring, and hopefully I can show Yiquan style in my videos one day. I began to learn Yiquan because of Yiquan power. But when I was doing Yiquan study in my teacher's school, I was there for 3 months. There were 2 or 3 classes a day and 6 days a week. I was in his school for like 3 months, so I was totally into Yiquan. And when I was learning that, I began to realize there was also health effect of Yiquan, and the health effect is the thing that's most interesting to me, and I wanted to learn the health effect, and I wanted to teach the health effect, which is what I'm doing these past 3 years. I'm promoting the health effect, the standing exercise. If you say what I'm doing is not Yiquan because you have seen real Yiquan, can you post the videos of real Yiquan instead of just saying? That would be helpful for my business too. I can forward your video to these people who are looking for, real Yiquan, Yiquan style. That's everything I want to say for this video, and hopefully it makes some sense to the people who have a fantasy that doing one style of martial art can beat up everyone else. See you later in the next video.